Okay, so if you were an employee of the Oklahoma Department of Education, I guess you woke up today to this. Dear employees, I've been made aware of internal documents being leaked to the press. This will stop. So let this email serve as its final warning for anyone who has a disagreement on Superintendent Walter's belief to fight the liberal woke culture seeping into our schools. So you're implying that there's an agenda at work. There's a politicization of the office of the Oklahoma Department of Education, right? It's so hypocritical, right? They're talking about, yeah, the liberal woke culture seeping into our schools. So you're alleging an agenda, liberal woke culture seeping into our schools, liberal indoctrination in the classroom, and pushing pornography in schools. But the thing is, the person pushing agenda is you. You're the one pushing the agenda, right? There's no corn. There's no discussion of corn in schools. I've seen this a million times. It's like some book, like Betty has two mommies or something like that. That's what you're calling. That's what you're terming that. All right. Okay. So yeah. Look. So like if you disagree with Superintendent Walters' belief to fight, look at how this is phrased. This is the Department of Education. How come these people can't write? How come these people can't write? Beliefs to fight the woke liberal culture seeping into our schools, liberal indoctrination in the classroom, and pushing blah 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 in schools. I'm instructing everyone that any and all documents from the SDE State Department of Education. There we go. From the State Department of Education and internal discussions are to be handled with the utmost confidentiality, right? So who's fighting against transparency? You are, right? Who's pushing an agenda in schools? You are, right? And when you say seeping into our classrooms, you're talking about the fact that the culture is changing and that people are thinking of these things in different ways, and it doesn't match up to your tradcon agenda, your weird 1950s view of the world, which is out of step with the rest of society, is not being adhered to the degree that you want to. So you want to impose this confidentiality. You want to secretly send memos like this saying that we are going to get this wokeness, get this liberal woke culture out of our schools. Basically, we are going to, right? That's not liberal woke culture insinuating itself into schools. That is reality. That is the arrow of time. That is that is our evolving understanding of stuff seeping into the classrooms, which it should, which it needs to, because the children are not being educated to live in the 1950s, right? We're not going to put them in a time machine and send them back to the 50s, and like then they're going to be all out of whack. They've got these liberal like woke ideas, right? No, this is modern. This is like the zeitgeist. You are fighting the zeitgeist because your tradcon beliefs are in conflict with the zeitgeist. Okay, so I'm instructing everyone that any and all documents from the State Department of Education and internal discussions are to be handled with the utmost confidentiality. In other words, not transparency. Like, we're going to stifle free speech. We are going to stifle discussion of the real world within our schools. We are going to make sure that our children are not equipped for the world as it exists now, and are given a false, basically are educated in a classroom where the windows are painted black so they can't see outside, right? And we tell them, yeah, it's night. It's night when it's really daytime. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're putting a fake picture in the window frame and telling them this is the real world, right? And you're mad because people are blowing the whistle on that. You're mad at the transparency that is being caused by the fact that you're trying to impose a worldview that just frankly is not correct on the students, right? So much hypocrisy here. We are ending the staff leaking internal documents to unauthorized parties. Guess what got leaked? This email. You are not ending anything, right? This story just keeps getting worse. The bit about leaking documents makes it sound more like it's a problem with Fash Agenda leaking out of their schools. Yeah, I mean, basically, who is Matt Langston? Wait, who is Matt Langston? Matt Langston, God. Actually, that's a good question. Who is Howard? Who is John Galt? No, who is Matt Langston? I'm assuming some right wing um official who's charged with like politicizing the crap out of the State Department of Education, I guess. But we can research that. As a reminder, every staff member signed a confidentiality agreement upon onboarding at the agency, and anyone caught violating this agreement will be terminated. Yo, you know, I feel like the employees, by leaking this email, you know what they're saying? They're like, okay, you came for Spartacus? I am Spartacus. I am Spartacus. I am Spartacus. They're all Spartacus. I'm sorry. You're not gonna punish anyone for this because they're Spartacus. They are Spartacus. There will be zero tolerance for these breaches of confidentiality agreement. To recap, any employees found leaking information to the press will face immediate termination. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That's just funny. Langston is a political consultant. What? Why is he emailing the State Department of Education? Yeah, this is some dirty stuff that's going on here. Oh God. I mean, we're getting this from a NAFO account apparently, but whatever. The fellas. Okay, well, I mean, like, that's about all there is to say about that. But, like, the point being, right? The point being that, like, understand that even in Oklahoma, you got comrades, right? They try to cram this TradCon shit down people's throats, and there's teachers in Oklahoma, in a very red state, defying this. Just like I said earlier, there were people in Tennessee protesting Matt Walsh's BS rally, yeah, against trans kids, right? There are people, you know, out there in every don't let the media narrative and the oversimplification let you fool you into thinking that everybody in certain states, because I have heard people express stuff like this, like fuck this state, let them go, you know, or like, you know, they want to secede, let them secede, they're going to be screwed, you know, they're you know, because most of these red states, right, are receiving more money input from the federal government than they are putting in via taxes, right? Like the woke states, the coast, the, you know, whatever you want to call them, the blue states are subsidizing for the red states' existence, right? So some people are tempted to say, well, you know what, screw them. If they think they can, you know, secede and do this all themselves, they're going to actually screw themselves over. Well, don't be so quick to say that, right? Don't be so quick to say that, because there are comrades in even the reddest of states, and they are fighting the good fight. And these people are risking their employment in order to blow the whistle on what's going on, the politicization of the State Department of Education in Oklahoma. So that's the takeaway from this. If the guy tweeting this is one of the employees, this is super based. Way to resign. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, look, I said that you know, they are Spartacus. Like, you know, there's probably a decent number of employees here that like just like are gonna, you know, have some solidarity and stuff like that. I guess it's possible that they could get caught, they could get fired. You know, this is a breach of their confidentiality agreement. So they are definitely putting themselves at risk. I hope that they don't. I hope that they don't get caught. I hope that they keep on leaking, and that there's nothing that Matthew Langston can do about this. I do think the analysis commonly given is that any state is subsidizing. Yeah, that's a little bit reductive to. The beatings will continue until morale improves, basically. Basically, that's what we got here, right? So yeah, that's what's going on in Oklahoma. some people out there in Oklahoma doing their part